The hardest working guy in your gym might be the most stuck. You know exactly who I'm talking about. He's there before you arrive and still there when you leave, every single day. No missed sessions, no deload weeks, no real rest. He trains 6, sometimes 7 days per week. He looks intense, focused, obsessed. And in gym culture, obsession looks like discipline. It looks like success. So naturally, you assume he must be ahead of everyone else. But look closer. Has he actually changed in the last year? Has his bench exploded? Has his physique dramatically improved? Or does he look almost exactly the same as he did 12 months ago? This is where most lifters get uncomfortable. Because effort feels productive. Sweat feels productive. Exhaustion feels productive. But muscle does not reward effort. It rewards adaptation. And adaptation only happens when you recover. Muscle growth follows a biological sequence: stress, recover, adapt. The workout is just the stress. The real growth happens afterward. Muscle protein synthesis increases. Damaged fibers repair and thicken. The nervous system resets. Hormones rebalance. This process takes time and energy. If you interrupt that recovery process with more stress before adaptation is complete, you don't speed up growth, you slow it down. Most people don't realize they are living in permanent recovery debt. They are never fully recovered. They are always slightly fatigued, slightly inflamed, slightly under-rested. When performance stalls, they assume they need to push harder, so they add more sets, more exercises, more cardio, more volume. But here's the scientific reality. After training, muscle protein synthesis rises for roughly 24 to 48 hours in trained individuals. After that, it gradually returns to baseline. That means the stimulus has already been delivered. Adding excessive extra volume in that same window does not multiply growth, it multiplies fatigue. There's also a principle called diminishing returns. The first few hard sets you perform for a muscle group provide the majority of the growth stimulus. Each additional set contributes less benefit while still adding full recovery cost. Eventually, extra work produces almost no additional hypertrophy but dramatically increases systemic fatigue. That is the trap. The gym rewards precision more than obsession. But obsession looks more impressive. Research consistently shows that roughly 10 to 20 challenging sets per muscle group per week is enough for most lifters to maximize growth. Not 40, not endless supersets, not 2-hour marathon sessions. 10 to 20 high-quality sets taken close to failure with sufficient rest between them. If you train a muscle twice per week, that's 5 to 10 hard sets per session. That can be done in about 70 minutes. When workouts extend far beyond that, most of what gets added is junk volume. It feels productive, but it does not significantly increase mechanical tension. Mechanical tension is the primary driver of muscle growth. Not sweat, not burn, not how tired you feel. Tension. If you rush your rest periods to feel intense, you reduce force output. If you reduce force output, you reduce tension. If you reduce tension, you reduce stimulus. Resting 3 to 5 minutes between heavy compound sets allows you to maintain strength across sets. Maintaining strength maintains stimulus. Being tired is not impressive. Being stronger is. Compound movements should form the backbone of your training. Squats, presses, rows, pull-ups, hip hinges. These exercises recruit a large amount of muscle mass and allow consistent progressive overload. Isolation exercises refine, but they do not replace heavy mechanical loading. The laziest way to build muscle is not about doing nothing. It is about removing everything that does not directly contribute to progression. It is about applying the minimum effective dose, the smallest amount of training required to stimulate growth. Anything beyond that must be recovered from, and recovery capacity is limited.
Cardio is another area where ego interferes with results. Fat loss does not require punishment. It requires a calorie deficit. High-intensity intervals can burn calories, but they also increase fatigue and hunger. If they compromise your lifting performance, they compromise muscle growth. Walking, on the other hand, increases daily energy expenditure without significantly draining recovery resources. 10,000 steps per day can create a meaningful deficit while preserving strength. Sleep is the ultimate performance enhancer. During deep sleep, growth hormone secretion increases, protein synthesis improves, neural fatigue decreases. Chronic sleep restriction reduces testosterone and increases cortisol. You cannot out-train poor sleep. 7 to 8 hours per night is not optional if you want consistent progress. Nutrition does not need to be extreme either. A moderate calorie surplus of 200 to 300 calories per day supports lean muscle gain. Protein intake around 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of body weight is sufficient for maximizing protein muscle synthesis. Consistency beats perfection every time. When you combine moderate volume, progressive overload, proper rest, daily walking, sufficient sleep, and adequate protein, you create a system that almost guarantees growth over time. It may not look dramatic, it may not feel extreme, but it works. Anyone can train hard for a few weeks. Very few can train intelligently for 5 years. The person who applies recoverable stress consistently will outperform the person who constantly exceeds recovery capacity. So the next time you see the hardest working guy in your gym, don't automatically assume he has the secret. Ask whether he's progressing. Ask whether his numbers are increasing. Ask whether his body has changed in the last year. Presence is not progress. Hours spent is not growth earned. The real flex is steady progression without burnout. The real discipline is leaving the gym when the required work is complete. The real intelligence is understanding that biology sets the rules, not motivation.